You tell me what are the current economic challenges Pakistan is facing, the state of Pakistan is facing. I'm not talking about the government.
I think that number one is that our GDP growth is very less compared to our population growth. And even if we can increase the GDP and even if we can decrease the population growth, in either case we will be able to stabilize our economy. But we are not able to do that right now.
What is this differentiation of major laws and minor laws and special laws?
Major laws are those statutes in which there are general laws and which cover the major aspects of the society. For example, CRPC, which is Criminal Procedure Code, then Civil Procedure Code, or even the Usama Shahzad Order of 1984. These are considered to be the major laws. So then there are minor laws which cover very special aspects or very small aspects, like the Specific Relief Act or the Muslim Family Law Ordinance. These are the minor acts.
What was the reaction of Congress and Muslim League towards the plan?
Congress rejected the plan and they actually partially rejected it. They were willing to join the government, the interim government which is going to make, but they gave the statements like the premises would not be allowed to reconsider the relationship with the Union of the India. So in this way they...
And Muslim League's reaction?
Sir, Muslim League actually accepted the plan. And Muslim League accepted it because they said, the Qaisam said that there is a suggestion of Pakistan in it even after 10 years.
Tell us about yourself.
Sir, my name is Usama Shahzad. I was born in Bigawaj in Sialkot and raised in Gujarat. I have done LLB Honours from Punjab University Law College, Lahore. And besides LLB Honours, I have done Umbrella Fellowship designed by Stanford University and Aspire Leadership Program, which was designed by Harvard University. And so I have been involved in volunteering with the Al Khidmat Foundation and various NGOs. I briefly practiced law after graduating, and since then I have been preparing for competitive exams. Lastly, sir, in my leisure time, I enjoy book reading, journaling, and horse riding.
They say, now this is kind of a out of the routine question, and I would like to test your current affairs and what is happening in the world around us. They say there is an anomalous aeronautical or space phenomenon which is going to threaten the world within few months. What I'm talking about?
Sorry, sir, I am not
Nahi suna hua hai?
sorry, sir.
31I/Atlas. Have you heard about it?
No, sir. Unfortunately, I am not aware about it.
Okay, इसको देख लीजिएगा. This is, I think, very, very significant. And in case if all those grim predictions are correct, then the world is going to end. There's a big comet which is floating through the space and supposed to strike the Earth around in 3-4 months. चलो उसको देख लीजिएगा सारा वो. That's a very unique kind of a phenomenon which is taking place. Space wars. What do you understand by this term?
Sir, by space wars.
Space wars. Space wars. Wars.
All right, sir. Sir, so by space wars, I understand that as there was the space race in the past, now when the developed countries in the world have their
When was this space race in the past?
Sir, it began in 1950s.
Between?
Sir, between Soviet Union and the United States of America.
And who took the lead in these wars in the initial phase?
So in the initial phase, Soviet Union was leading because they launched the first space mission, but eventually
What was the name of that first space mission?
Sir, it was Sputnik, I guess, but I'm not sure about it.
And who was the first person in the space or man in the space?
So
was it an American or was it an Russian or USSR?
A Russian was able to reach the space.
Do you recall the name?
So I have forgotten.
Yuri Gagarin का नाम सुना है आपने कभी? Yuri Gagarin.
So probably this was his name.
अच्छा चले one last question is reference, and we'll shift over to something else. What was the first creature in the space? Before human was launched in the space, there was another thing which went to the space. Animal chale. I'll give you an example. What was that animal?
So I'm not
She was
sure.
a bitch, and it was Latika. And again USSR. The first creature in this space or first living being in this space was not Yuri Gagarin, but it was Latika. Okay, so what were your optional subjects?
So these were political science, criminology, gender studies, public administration, and Punjabi.
Acha, when we talk about the political science and political scientist, whom do you rate as the most notable political scientists in the history of the humankind?
Sir,
It is your own opinion, and I am not going to dispute it.
sir, I view Montesquieu as the person who has really shaped political science,
Top
especially.
of the number one Montesquieu रखेंगे आप.
Sir, I think that the modern political systems are very much shaped by the ideas of Montesquieu.
Okay. And what was his theme, or what was his basic premise?
So his basic premise for which he is remembered is the separation of powers.
Okay.
And I think in the whole world today, there is a debate over separation of powers, the extent of it.
So what three pillars of powers he had identified?
So he identified three pillars as legislative branch, the executive branch, and then the judicial branch.
Okay. Do you think Pakistan had any political scientists in our history?
So there was a person in Pakistan, his name was Iqbal Ahmed, and he was considered to be a political scientist in his times.
Sir, अल्लामा इकबाल की बात कर रहे हैं आप?
No, sir, it was another person.
अच्छा, इकबाल अहमद.
Right, sir.
He was considered to be a political scientist. You don't think Qaid-e-Azam was a political scientist?
Sir, he was more of a statesman than a political scientist.
Up now, coming back to the question, what is the difference between a statesman and a political scientist?
Sir, a political scientist is primarily concerned with the theoretical aspects of political science, and he proposes different ideas, but he is not necessarily working on those ideas, and he is not
So
necessarily.
don't you think Qaid-e-Azam had proposed any ideas
Sir,
or any political scientific theory?
sir, he did not propose any specific scientific political theory, and we cannot say that.
What was two-nation theory?
Sir, two nations theory was a theory on the basis of which Pakistan was created, and it was that Hindus and Muslims are two separate nations.
But didn't he propose it?
Sir, I think that Qaid-e-Azam did not propose it, but it was proposed by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, and then Allama Iqbal expounded it further. And finally,
Well, enough about political science. Now we'll shift to something else. Okay. You tell me what are the current economic challenges Pakistan is facing, the state of Pakistan is facing. I'm not talking about the government. The state of Pakistan, current economic challenges.
sir, I think that number one is that our GDP growth is very less compared to our population growth. And even if we can increase the population, increase the GDP, and even if we can decrease the population growth, in either case, we will be able to stabilize our economy. But we are not able to do that right now.
What is the total quantum of our GDP in dollar terms?
Sir, the total quantum of our GDP is around $420 billion.
411, but you are close enough. Sir,
What do you know about SOEs?
Sir, SOE stands for state-owned enterprises, and these are those enterprises whose ownership is in the hands of state. For example, currently, PIA.
What is the issue of SOEs?
Sir, the issue of
How much money the state of Pakistan has to spend just to keep these SOEs afloat
Sure, sir.
per annum?
Sir, SOE's issue is that they are producing less revenue for the government, and the government has to spend more on them, and they have become the white elephant for the state of Pakistan. And sir, I am not really aware of the numbers, but
So what is the solution?
sir, we have to propose different solutions for different SOEs. For example, there are some SOEs which are very essential for the state, and we cannot privatize them.
Like what?
Sir, for example, the VA complex, the VACA mechanical complex is an SOE. We cannot really privatize it. But now there are SOEs which we can privatize. Like PIA is an SOE which can be privatized, and we have to explore this option for PIA.
What are the sources of law? You are a student of law.
Sure, sir. So there are different sources of law. To begin with, conventions and historical conventions are a source of law. Then the legal precedents, the judgments given by the judges are a very common source of law, especially in the common legal system countries. And then, sir, the statutes are the source of law. So, sir, then in some cases, international laws also become the source for the domestic laws. So these are different sources of law.
You have opted for gender studies. What is the thesis of famous book on feminism, The Second Sex?
Sir, the thesis of the book, The Second Sex by, I am forgetting the name of the author.
Simone de Beauvoir.
Simone de Beauvoir, is that a woman does not become woman by the virtue of his birth, but it is actually the society which defines the gender and which makes a woman the woman. So the womanhood is not biologically constructed but socially constructed.
What do you know about Cabinet Mission Plan, and what was Congress and Muslim League's reaction towards that, towards the plan?
Sir, Cabinet Mission Plan was a proposal by the British government in 1946 to solve the deadlock between the Muslim League and Congress regarding the future of India. and it was proposed that India would be divided into 3 groups. And there would be different provinces in all of those groups. For example, there was Group A, in which there was UP and other such provinces. Then there was Group B, in which there was Punjab and Sindh and North-Western Frontier Province and Balochistan. And lastly, there was Group C, in which there was Bengal and Bihar and Assam. So, sir, these were the 3 groups of provinces in the cabinet plan proposal. And it was said that you have to either fully accept the plan and or you would not be included in the government. And the plan is that these groups of the provinces would be working in the union, and any of the group or province can reconsider its relationship with the union after 10 years. So in this
What was the reaction of Congress and Muslim League towards the plan?
Sir, Congress rejected the plan and they actually partially rejected it. They were willing to join the government, the interim government which is going to make, but they gave the statements like the provinces would not be allowed to reconsider the relationship with the union of the India. So in this way, they...
And Muslim League's reaction?
Sir, Muslim League actually accepted the plan, and Muslim League accepted it because they said, the Qaisam said that there is a suggestion of Pakistan in it even after 10 years.
My last question, should we review 18th Amendment? And if yes, why?
Sir, I believe that yes, we can review a few aspects of 18th Amendment, and we have to review a few aspects of it because the circumstances have evolved, and we have observed that certain aspects of 18th Amendment need revision. Sir, for example,
Like which aspect in
Sure, sir.
particular?
So in particular, the finance aspect of 18th Amendment is something which we need to review because we have seen that at the time of 18th Amendment, the federal government or the federation was left with very little extent of resources, which was only 42.5%, while the provinces were given the largest share in the resources, which was 52.5%. And now when the federation is not economically very vibrant, and they have to incur the losses of SOEs, and then they have to face the calamities of climate change, and they have to spend money on addressing those calamities, and then defense is also a very major burden, then pensions are the burden.
Will the provinces agree to that?
Sir, we can develop a consensus, and we can make a mechanism on which the aspects and the issues of all the stakeholders are addressed.
Okay, जी sir.
सर ये वैसा वर्ड उसाम नहीं है, आसाम है. It's Assam. It's
Right,
it's a sub-national unit or the state in the Indian Union. Please, sir.
Which side of law you are practicing?
Sir,
Criminal or civil?
Sir, I did practice only for a few months, and it was in the criminal domain.
Criminal domain. What is this differentiation of major laws and minor laws and special laws?
Sure, sir.
What is this?
So major laws are those statutes in which there are general laws and which cover the major aspects of the society. For example, CRPC, which is Criminal Procedure Code, then Civil Procedure Code, or even the Qanun-e Shahadat Order of 1984. These are considered to be the major laws. So then there are minor laws which cover very special aspects or very small aspects, like the Specific Relief Act or the Muslim Family Law Ordinance. These are the minor acts.
It is generally said that in Pakistan we are overloaded with laws. We make law for every small little thing. Is it true? And what is the requirement of so much legislation? Even we have GOAT Act. Are you familiar? GOAT Act of 1960.
No, sir, I am not aware of the GOAT Act, but sir, I think that if we have laws, it is a good thing. The only issue is if we do not have the implementation. And just we surely face the issue that there are laws for everything. For example, when it comes to women, we have empowered them to an extraordinary extent in terms of legislation. But in terms of practical implementation, we are facing certain lacunas.
Is it not a knee-jerk reaction to any kind of situation?
Sir,
Whenever we legislate immediately without thinking what would be the consequences.
yes, sir, it is a knee-jerk reaction, and yes, it happens that we face an issue and then we immediately make laws. For example, there was Zainab rape case in Kasur in 2019, and we immediately made laws about it. But yes, the implementation issue is not addressed, and that is why the rapes are still happening in the country. And Zainab rape alert bill or the law has not made any significant improvement when it comes to the practical benefits to the society.
What are the complications of 295?
All right.
Bells.
So 295C is one of the blasphemy laws in the country, and then sir, there are certain aspects of it because of which complexities happen. So to begin with, a person who is accused of blasphemy is to be tried in the court of law, but there is no mechanism that if there is a wrong accusation, then what? So any person who is wrongly accusing any other person is not held to account for the wrong accusation. So that is one aspect which is not addressed in the 295 or the blasphemy provisions, which is an issue, sir. Sir, then other issue is that it is clearly mentioned in the law, in the 295C law, that an FIR cannot be registered without the approval of the provincial government. But still, because of the mob pressure, FIRs are registered even without a notice of the provincial government. Then, sir, it is written there that only a person having the rank no less than that of an SP would be investigating this issue, this crime. But again, sir, investigations are happening even in the hands of the SHOs and sub-inspectors without the involvement of the higher hierarchies.
Okay. Recently we had a gathering in the world that was in Malaysia. What was that?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware of the happening.
Are you not familiar with the ASEAN summit in Malaysia?
Sir, I have not followed the ASEAN summits.
आप करंट अफेयर्स को देख लें, ये सेकंड साफ कर रहे हैं, बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट करंट अफेयर्स इज हैपनिंग राइट 2 days before, just 2 days before.
So I will certainly look into
Okay, tell me that why Taliban are being tough always whenever there is a negotiation between Pakistan and Taliban?
Sir, in the current scenario, Taliban...
Now, in the current scenario, they are being very tough. It is the 4th day of the dialogue today.
Right, sir. Sir,
Second session.
Yes, sir. Sir, Taliban are being tough because Taliban are twin brothers of TTP. And TTP and Afghan Taliban have fought in Afghanistan for 20 long years while being comrades in arms. So that is why they have to protect them now. There are ideological affinities, sir. Sir, then a very important aspect which I consider is that the Taliban think that if they take any action against TTP, TTP might side with the Islamic State Khorasan province, ISKP. And in that scenario, there would be a crisis for the Taliban authorities themselves inside Afghanistan. So, sir, this is another reason because of which they are being very tough. Then, sir, there are other issues. For example, on the Durand Line issue, the stance of Taliban and the stance of TTP is 100% same stance. So, sir, these are different reasons. Sir, another reason is...
So, what is the solution for Pakistan as far as our relations with the Taliban are concerned? So, how do you see the future?
Sir, the current policy which Pakistan is following, I think that this is the most prudent approach, and it is the carrot and stick policy. That we are negotiating with the Taliban, we are involving international partners like the Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Turkey in the negotiations, and we are putting diplomatic pressure on them. So we are having limited diplomatic engagement, and this is the right approach. But at the same time, as they say in Urdu that लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते, so in the same way we have to strike hard against the TTP hideouts inside Afghanistan, and we have to make sure that they are hardly hit as well. So the both kinetic and non-kinetic measures at the same time are the solution to this issue.
You're not familiar with the ethnic issues when we deal with the Taliban?
Sir, ethnic issues are in certain aspects. For example, to begin with, Taliban themselves are Pakhtuns, and we have this issue in our country that when we take any action against any community, the ethnic sentiment is arose, sir. Then, sir, even to the Taliban, there are issues.
What about social ties across the Durand Line?
Yes, sir, there are social ties, and Pakistan accept those social ties, and Pakistan grant them many benefits because of those social ties. For example, Afghans can come to Pakistan for medical treatment, for education, and even for visiting. But we cannot allow them to attack inside Pakistan because they have social ties across the borders.
Okay. My last question. Why Malala Yousafzai had become a controversial figure in Pakistan?
Sir, unfortunately, Pakistan is a deeply patriarchal country, and the misogynistic mindset is very deeply rooted in our country. Then the extremist and radicalist mindset further aggravates the situation, and this is why Malala Yousafzai, despite being a proud figure of the country and despite being a figure whom we should be proud of, became a controversial figure inside the lower sector of the country, which is not very literate and which is mostly influenced by the mullahs and other such segment of society. So patriarchy coupled with the conventional mindset, or I would say the radical mindset or the extremist mindset, made Malala Yousafzai a controversial figure. despite being a national pride of Pakistan.
Okay. Which cities of Pakistan you have visited so far?
Sir, I have visited the cities. Obviously, Sialkot is my home city. Then, sir, I have visited Gujarat. I have spent some time there. Then, sir, Lahore is the city where I have studied for 5 long years. Then, sir, I have visited Islamabad a number of times. Then, sir, I have visited Swat, and then, sir, I have visited Kalam and other such areas. Then, sir, in the Kashmir region, I have visited Mirpur, Kotli, Bimbar, and Muzaffarabad.
What is this place known as Atak?
Sir, Atak is a city in the Pakistan and Punjab, and it is along with the border of KP. And it is said that Atak has been the gateway to Punjab since historical times.
What is the historical importance of Atak?
Sir, the historical importance of Atak is that whenever invaders came to Punjab and to India, they came through Atak. And
It's not always true.
sure,
They had a slightly different route, rather quite a different route.
all right, sir. So this is what I have heard, that it is accused on Punjabis that they risk on the Punjabi people.
नहीं, they entered Punjab, लेकिन उनके रूट मुख्तलिफ थे बड़े.
All right, sir.
अटक तो हमने GT रोड बनाई है ना उसके बाद.
All right, sir.
Okay, now defend this.
So it is commonly said, that whenever foreign invaders came to India, the Punjabi people welcomed them at the river of
टाइम खत्म हो रहा है, नहीं तो मैंने आपसे बाबर का रूट पूछना था कि बाबर किस रूट से आया.
All right, sir.